Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene of Niners and the Washington Redskins.
And that, when they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a carry for Lindsey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Check. Check out. Hot. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Break down. Short. Let's go.
Now it's Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot. Right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going with Lindsey. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
San Francisco.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check 15. Check 15. SOS.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist. Jam. Undercross.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Touchdown, 49ers! Philip Lindsey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Squeeze, double.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Double. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Tighten up. Check.
Here's Lindsey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On third down, here's Lindsey. And some room to work. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Check 4.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. On second down, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. (7-7) our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the red Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
We got this. Over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. There goes Sterling Shepard. Touchdown, Washington. Sterling Shepard, 82 yards. And the Redskins have taken the lead. That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility.
Daniel Carlson set to kickoff.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, San Francisco.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill. Watch the ship.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11. A give running right, Lindsey. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Ready up. Ready weapon. Come baby. Woo! You're right, 52. Right, 52. And let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
A first throw for the backup, Jackson. Got his man, that's Harry. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
A gain of 14. First down, 49ers.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, Lindsey. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's going to be caught. 22 yards there, a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Rush in. Rush in. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's even...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Mayfield now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Point it right. Hey, let's go.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
King. Check 55. Smooth. Hurry.
final play of the half. Mayfield. It's caught. Shepard. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their... They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breaker.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Ed Oliver in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. To try again after the sack, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. Mayfield looks to throw, and they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now it's Lindsey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. On second down, it's Lindsey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Phillip Lindsey with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Sturgis for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Below Nichols. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On third down, Mayfield. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Hey, Alpha!
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
180. Switch up. Regular. Point it right.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Landry, the intended target. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Switch. Joker.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, San Francisco.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Hey.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready? Right. Middle roll. West. Get in the weight room. Check 9. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 3. Check 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Keep playing. Let's get it. 6. Pull it. Now. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Whip.
On 3rd down, Lindsey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Slam. Let's go.
Running, it's Drake. And a short gain down to about the 33. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Switch it. Alert 3.
Right back to Drake. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now Drake. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Go anywhere. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Sturgis is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Check 3, check 3. Shift, watch the shift.
Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Here's a give to Lindsey. 2 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Now on the return, oh, no, the ball is loose.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Mayfield to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the 49ers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our...
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, no man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy.